Now, US Vice President JD Vance wants Elon Musk to return to the White House, suggesting it was a mistake for Musk to distance himself from the US president in the first place. This is a bit of what he said.
My argument to Elon is, like, you're not going to be on the left, right? Even if you wanted to be, and he doesn't, they're not going to have you back. That ship has sailed. And so I really think it's a mistake for him to try to break from the president. So my hope is that by the time of the midterms, he's kind of come back into the fold. But yeah, I don't know that he would take my call right now about anything.
So Alex, Elon Musk isn't taking JD Vance's calls, but do you think that he should indeed return to the White House? I don't know about you, but I thought the bromance was cute while it lasted.
I mean, I agree 100%. I love seeing Elon wearing the MAGA hat in the White House with his son. Going back, it almost feels like nostalgia. It makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside. But what it spiraled into is Epstein allegations and pure hatred from two billionaires. So unless they can check their egos, which I think Donald Trump probably could, and I think Elon Musk probably could. So I hope JD Vance can actually potentially mend the fences, but in reality, I think these midterms are going to be very bad. We're not going to like the outcome, especially after, Donald Trump has done a lot of great things, during his presidency, but this Epstein stuff has been an absolute fiasco. And I think it really could negatively hurt the conservatives and Republicans in the upcoming midterms. So JD Vance saying that, it's kind of like he's waving the white flag in a good way. It's like, listen, he doesn't want to fight with Elon Musk. We need to team up with Elon Musk because the left doesn't care about Elon Musk. And at least the right, he might not align with it 100%, but ideologically, he aligns with the right a lot more than he aligns with the left. So Elon, come on back. JD and Donald Trump will have no hard feelings. And let's try to make America great again, as they say.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was great when Elon Musk was out there with his quirky behaviour. I liked when they were all together. So, yeah, get the band back together, I say. I agree. Now, look, comedian Bill Maher claims left-wing censorship died after the Democrats' loss in 2024, saying the defeat created a vibe change. Here he was on Drew Barrymore's podcast. Have a look at this.
It's slightly less dangerous than it was 2 years ago because we did have a vibe change. And because the Democrats lost so badly in 2024, the blush is off the rose on left-wing censorship. And, oh, my God, you can't say that. Stop telling me what I can do.
Well, Alex, firstly, Drew Barrymore, she sits so close to everyone, doesn't she? Her space invading is frightening. But what do you make of Bill Maher's comments there?
Well, I think he is accurate. There was a vibe shift 2 years ago, but just the audacity of Drew Barrymore to try to act like she is getting censored by the Trump administration when it was always the left that constantly canceled people, canceled athletes on draft night for tweeting a bad word when they were 15 years old, canceled people, got people fired from their jobs for, having an emotional outburst. It was the left that constantly canceled people for speech when her whole job is to talk. And under any administration, she will be able to speak freely more under Donald Trump than any previous administration. So it just shows you that, once again, she's another rich multimillionaire, great actress. I'll give her that. Drew Barrymore's a classically, well-known, famous A-list actress, but she has no idea about politics and she has no idea what the everyday average American struggles with. So, that just shows you she's worried about the vibe shift now. This is the only time in my lifetime where I've been able to speak freely and not worried about constantly getting canceled.
Yeah, a good point. Before we let you go, what do you make of, you've got Bill Maher coming out saying this yesterday. Jimmy Kimmel was critical of the Democrats. We're talking lefties, Democrat voters who were so hateful and spiteful towards Donald Trump, now suddenly having some sort of come to Jesus moment. What do you reckon?
Well, it is that come to Jesus moment. I like that description because they're realizing that most people aren't on the far right. Most people aren't on the far left. Most people are somewhere in the middle. And we want to be able to speak freely. And we don't want to cancel people. And I think, South Park right now has been going after Trump, but they're getting great ratings. And the right, we don't care when they make fun of Donald Trump. We're not as sensitive as the left. And I think comedians like Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel are seeing that, hey, they actually have a sense of humor on the right. Maybe we should actually change our content to appeal to all Americans and not just half of the country. And that's why Stephen Colbert's show is gone. That's why Howard Stern's show is going to be gone. It's because they only appeal to half of the American population instead of trying to appeal to everyone. So I think this is a big wake-up call, and the vibe is shifting, and people are allowed to speak more freely and unapologetically in America in 2025.
Well, it is about time. Seriously. Alex Stein, great to catch up with you. Thanks so much for joining me on the show.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you guys for having me.